Hey everyone. Okay, so I wanted to address some of the questions that were being asked on the Facebook Parties Consultant group page. I'm going to upload it to that group since they are specific to you guys. Alright, so I'm just going to go through, I think, the actual post that I had put on there saying what questions do you have, what obstacles are you guys running into in regards to your parties. So I'm going to go through these. There's a lot of questions. A lot of them are kind of the same. The biggest obstacle I've encountered is that the customers are not able to smell the scents. However, I encourage them to select scents they believe they would like. If for some reason they are not satisfied with the scent, I offer an exchange. I do agree that the one downfall of a Facebook party is that they can't actually smell the scent, and we know that the smell sells. However, some of the things that you can do is to mail testers to the hostess, so at least the hostess has an ability to smell the scents. You can put some very valuable scent descriptions if somebody is asking, but I'm going to have to be very, very honest with you. First of all, I'm going to restate that this is not a replacement for home parties. This is for people who primarily know what Scentsy is, or they don't have an option to do home parties, and that's a lot of the case most of the time. But I'm going to tell you that if you don't present it in a way, in other words, if you don't say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the scents for you to smell, it will never become an issue in their mind. And I know that, you know, some of you may argue with me about that, but I have to tell you that I've done close to 100 Facebook parties. Not one time have I had an issue where somebody didn't order because they did not have the scent. So it really depends on how you present it to them. If you present it in a negative light, they're gonna blow it up in a negative light. So if you can give them a really good scent descriptive, if you can compare it to something else maybe that they are aware of, you can get past that. They have the new scent stickers now, that can be helpful. But yeah, I don't know, I don't think it's ever been an issue. It hasn't been an issue for me. But there's ways around it, you know, if you want to send them samples and that sort of thing. The biggest one for me is a lot of my people think it's a scam because they do all of that and then they don't make $150 worth of sales. They think it's pointless. I've tried explaining it, but no one wants to do it or really has the time. I'm not really sure how they would think it's a scam. Like home parties, not all home parties are successful, correct? You can go to a home party and be a dud. Facebook parties can be the same thing. And this is actually going to address some of the questions that were on that thread. But you have to understand that, again, Facebook parties are not a replacement for home parties, okay? They are an enhancement to the business, an opportunity for you to provide a party experience for people who don't have the ability to have a home party or a basket party. Home parties and basket parties are your #1 choices. Not every home party has been a success. I've gone to home parties and nobody's shown up. I've gone to Facebook parties and nobody's shown up. I've gone to home parties and nobody has ordered. I've gone to Facebook parties and nobody has ordered. The blessing with Facebook parties is that you can have, feasibly, you're probably not going to have a home party every single night of the week. You could potentially have a Facebook party every night of the week because you're not having to leave your kids, you're not having to leave your home. If the weather is bad, you're going to have the ability to stay home. So you can have more Facebook parties to make up for the fact that they're not all working. Or you can, sorry about that. You can have more Facebook parties to make up the balance of not all of them working. Most of them are going to be successful if you do them the way that you're being taught. And I'm not saying that my way or this way is a 100% success rate. It's not. But I know that the success rate has increased because of the different things that we have implemented into doing them to make them work and be successful. Okay? All right, so attendance, sparking excitement, setting the date at last to last longer than one day. That seems to be, okay, so attendance is a big thing. Okay, that's a big question for you guys. I need to make sure that you understand that the attendance is going to depend almost 100% on the hostess, okay? A lot of you say, I know how to do hostess coaching. You probably do, and I'm not second guessing that at all. My suggestion would be to make sure that the hostess is actually doing what you're coaching her on. You know, it's no different than your teams or your kids. You can lead them to water. You can tell them what they need to do. You can coach them till you're blue in the face. But if they're not doing it, then it's for naught. It doesn't matter because everything that you've taught them is not being applied. It has no, that's the same thing with hostess coaching, okay? Sometimes we have to take it into our own hands. I know some people send out invitations for their hostesses. I don't do that, but I know some people that do. So my suggestion, Megan has actually put together some a nice little message that you can give to your hostess. So all they have to do is copy and paste it. But there was also another, who is the one that put it on here? There was a suggestion that I absolutely loved from Terry Desjardins. She mentioned that, yes, doing invitations for a Facebook party should be just like a home party. How do you do invitations for a home party? You send out postcards, right? So she said, if we're treating them like a home party, then we usually mail out an invite. Correct. I was thinking of turning this mailer into a small packet with a product list or catalog, a scent circle, etc. Excellent. But then I was thinking about a prize card. A card that has a picture of a few items, each item numbered. Then, in the Facebook party, you could post the number as the prize for the game, etc. Just a thought, as I know we'll work on the idea and put it into action. What do you think? I think it's an excellent idea. I think that what you could do is send out this prize card, and in the Facebook event party, the party event, you could put, okay, everybody, pull out your item number card. I wouldn't call it a prize card. Don't use the word prize, game, contest, giveaway. Don't ever use any of those if you can help it. The only thing that was approved, and they said giveaway was okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess you can't just announce. You just cannot announce it on the page. So what I would say is pull out your number card with your items on it, as I'm going to announce a number. When you announce the number, then you need to private message the person to tell them that they won. People are going to get it. They're going to figure it out. You just don't have to be blatant on the page and explain that. While we're on the topic, everything on social media is public. So somebody mentioned doing a Google Hangout. Would that be considered public or private? It's public. Anything on social media, anything on the internet is public, okay? That is how Scentsy views it. So just FYI. All right, so what else do we got going here? Sparky excitement. Megan has come up with some really nice pictures. Which warmer would go good in this room? That's a great way to entice interaction in your party, so I would suggest using those. Any question and answer type of thing, you don't have to say, like my pictures of my slippers that I ask for, I don't say that it's a game. I don't say that it's a contest. I just have them do it. Most people assume that it's a game or a contest, but you also don't want to put the precedence on that you're always going to be giving stuff away, because honestly, I believe that you don't need to give stuff away to sell Scentsy. I don't give a lot of stuff away. So, I mean, it's totally up to you, but I try it. Try not giving stuff away and see it actually still works. Getting people to RSVP, getting people to interact, those are all the basic same questions. And I truly believe that it has to do with hostess coaching. If your hostess is not enticing them, is not excited about them coming, they're not sending out postcards, they're not sending out emails, they're not sending out texts, they're not PMing people, then people aren't going to RSVP and they're not going to come. Okay? So it's also very important for the interaction part to start posting a week before the party starts so that people can start seeing it in their feed but not be overwhelmed with a bunch of stuff in their feed. Okay? So you 1 week out, you make a post, it's all on the outline. Okay? The other thing, speaking of the outline, that I want to make sure that you guys understand, Megan has been extremely helpful to create this group, and I'm super, super appreciative of that. I'm very grateful for that, as I'm sure all of you are. However, you need to understand that that outline that's on there, that's your basis. Go with it. Change it for the seasons. Change it with your own links if you want to, but it's not our responsibility to do that, and I know you understand that. You know, if Megan decides that she wants to do that, that's fine. I do it on my personal computer, and I save it on my computer, but that's what you should do, is download the outline and then tweak it for yourself. Change the verbiage so that it sounds a little bit more like you. And, you know, just make sure that you're not changing the structure of it so that it doesn't fall out of compliance. That's all. But change the pictures for the new pictures. Well, I'm sure we'll be uploading. I mean, that's a little bit easier. We can upload some new pictures into Facebook. Hopefully we can do it by album. If you're gonna add stuff into that group, make sure you do it by album so that they can stay organized. Okay, having people understand what the process is and what they need to do during the party. Also, how to run games and prizes during the party and stay within compliance. Running games and prizes, you can do any kind of game you want, and you can actually say it's a game, but you cannot say that they're going to get a prize for it. That's it, and that stays within compliance. The prizes, like last night I had a Facebook party, and then all of a sudden during the night, if somebody posted something or if they were doing a lot of likes within the event, I sent a message to the hostess and I said, can you please message Chelsea and tell her that she won a random prize for tonight's party? And then all of a sudden she emails me, she's like, oh my God, thank you so much. And you know that if she's not posted it on the page, that if she's got friends in that event, which typically a party has friends within it, she's emailed, oh my God, I just won a prize. And that's fine, totally fine. If she even posted on the event page, it's okay, you can't do anything about it, right? So she says, oh my God, I just won a prize, thank you, Edie. That's fine, don't respond to it, or you can say you're welcome, but don't respond to it, don't explain what it was for. People can message you if they want to know. And that's actually kind of the fun part about it because it keeps a mystery, keeps it kind of mysterious. I've created event parties and group parties thinking that one would be better over another and had the same results. Nothing. I'm sorry. Okay. Again, the biggest point that I'm trying, and it's as simple as this. The most success that you are going to get from a Facebook party is from the hostess coaching. The hostess coaching includes invites, personal invites to each individual guest, okay? If this person can't get people to a home party, they're not gonna be able to get people to a Facebook party, okay? So it is what it is. So sometimes that's gonna happen. However, if you are properly hostess coaching and you're letting them know that they can send postcards, you can provide the postcards, you can do it for them if you want to, they can send texts, and that they have to remind their guests 2, 3, 5 days out, right? Or backwards, the other way, going 3, 2, 1 day out. And then keeping it fun and interactive and making sure that you're answering questions while the party's going on. I usually have 3 or 4 windows open with posts pre-posted so that I can just hit submit and it'll go and it'll give me time to go back and answer some of the questions that are happening. Okay? All right. I've already answered that. See, and a lot of people say despite coaching, unfortunately, it's all about the coaching. the hostess coaching is really what's going to matter, because if you're not friends with the people she's inviting, you can't help in that regard, other than what you're posting on the group event page. And if they're not there, they're not seeing it. So it's really up to the hostess to be able to do that coaching to her client, to her customers even. But you got to do it for the hostess. You need to make it exactly like a home party. What would you do for a home party? And if you need to write that down and outline it out, what do you do when you're doing a home party? Then you need to do the exact same thing for a Facebook party. The only difference is that you are in your own home, each of us are in our own home, and we're able to party together that way. A Google Hangout, I'm not gonna get into it right now, but a Google Hangout party is awesome. Done them, love them. You have the ability to show stuff, to do a show and tell. It's basically the same as what we're doing now, but the videos are live rather than pre-recorded. Okay? I think I've pretty much answered all these questions. I think the last thing that I want to say is you have to also know that if you're not familiar with Facebook, you're not familiar with social media, then you need to learn those platforms first. You need to learn Facebook first. You need to learn Google first. You need to learn YouTube first, so that you can understand how to best utilize the software before you can have a party. Okay? Facebook parties are not for everyone. They're not. And I mean, that's just being a very blunt statement. You know, that would be like getting into a car and expecting to drive to town when you've never driven before and have no idea how to use the car. You need to learn your platform first and then drive it. Okay? Hopefully this has been helpful for you guys. I have loved this group. It has been so much fun to be part of it, and I'm super excited that Megan has taken it upon herself to moderate and do a lot within this group. She had the mock party last night, and that was awesome. So Megan, thank you for helping. I think we're spreading the Facebook party love around, and I'm absolutely loving it. Now remember, this is a secret group now. Unfortunately, we can't put the link out there for people to ask to join. We have to add them. So if you have people on your team, I'm going to ask you to add them. We'll approve them and get them in so that they can be part of this group. Okay? So I will see you guys all on the group page. Bye.